Hello, my little angels. Today I have a new composer for you this week, and there's a little clue for you, comes from a different country. Would you like to hear about it? All right. On this side over here, you're going to see a country there with a star on it. That's us, good old United States of America. And then below, down there in the corner, you're going to see something highlighted in red, and it's in the continent of South America. And it's called, can you read it with me? Brazil. Yeah, good old country of Brazil there. He is still alive. Another clue. But he is not very young. He was born a long time ago. His name for me is very hard to pronounce. I had to look it up on Google and listen to it several times on YouTube, and I still don't know how to say it very well. I'm going to give it a shot. Joao Gilberto. Joao Gilberto was born in Brazil on June 10th, 1931. That makes him about 88 years old because he doesn't have his birthday yet this year. He is turning 89 on June 10th of this year, just a couple months away. He is still alive, and believe it or not, he still performs for crowds, sold out crowds in Brazil to this day. This picture over here is a picture of him performing when he was a little bit younger. He doesn't look quite that young anymore. As I've talked to you many times in music classes, people get older. We get wrinkles, we get gray hair, and that's just a part of the design of our bodies. Here he is when he's a little older. Here's a picture of Joao Gilberto. Sorry, that's really hard to say. When he's older. He may even look a little older today. Who knows? What kind of instrument is he playing there? Yep, it's a guitar. It's the main instrument that he plays. I'm going to try to say his name again. Joao was known to be a pioneer of bossa nova music, which is close to the samba music, Latin American music. A pioneer, is that someone who started something or someone who just kind of added to something that was already there? A pioneer is someone who starts at the very beginning of something. He's really important because without him, we may not even have bossa nova music today. Here's the part of Brazil that he was born in. I'm not even going to try to say it. Okay, yes, I am. Juazeiro do Norte. I do not know how to speak Portuguese. I even struggle with my Spanish, but Portuguese, they kind of have this Z sound and everything they say. I don't have that mastered or perfected. I won't try, but I won't try to pretend that I know it, but I will try to say the words. There we go. That's where he was born, right there with the big yellow star. Moving on. At 14 years old, his grandfather gave him his first, what is that? Help me out today. His first guitar. What a great gift from your grandfather. And from there on out, he was sold. He loved it so much. He started playing in a little band when he was in high school, and then he started other adventures. He tried to become a singer on the radio. I guess back then they just hooked a microphone up to the people who were in charge of the radio stations, and you just sang right into it live. And he tried that for a while, and he found out it wasn't really his thing. And he moved on to getting more experience with other bands, because that's how we grow and we learn. You just try new things until you find what feels right to you. As he got a little more experience and he got older and out of school, He moved to a place called Rio de Janeiro. And in Rio de Janeiro, he had his first real job in a band. Unfortunately, it didn't go very well. Not the best beginning at his very first job. His first job in the band lasted a year and a half. That's it. And then his band kicked him out. They kicked him out because they said he had a really poor attitude. He would show up late to their practices, and sometimes he wouldn't even show up at all. That's not very responsible, is it? So they kicked him out and they said, out of here. We got to get someone else who cares better than you do. So he left. And it hit him pretty hard. But he is a different kind of a guy, you'll find out. And he was so different that his father was very worried about him. His father had him committed to a mental hospital for a while. It's people who help you take care of your mind. He was extremely introverted. Introverted means they have a hard time being around people. They gain their energy from being alone. Extroverted people like to be around people. They're very talkative. They get along with people very well. Introverted people, if they're extremely very introverted, it's very hard for them to talk to people. And the mental hospital let him go after a week, and they said, there's nothing wrong with your son. He is just very introverted. He's a very, if you look on the list over here, the third little star says eccentric. He was just a very different person. He had a hard time communicating with people. He had a very hard time getting across what he wanted to say to people, and they didn't quite understand him all the time. He was very much an artist, very much a dreamer. We would say his head is out in the clouds out there. And it doesn't mean he's not smart. It doesn't mean that he shouldn't be around people. It's just he had a very few close friends, and that was about it. He was known for being a perfectionist. He would play his guitar until he got it just right. He avoided crowds. He still does to this day. He has a little apartment in Rio de Janeiro, and it says that he refuses interviews. He will not give people interviews, whether it's for radio, television, or even magazines. He's very eccentric in the fact that he doesn't like air conditioning. And if he goes to play in a concert to this day and he thinks it's too cold, he'll tell them, turn that down or I'm leaving. I will not perform. He likes it warmer. He has walked out on crowds that he felt were not respectful of him. He will just get up, take his guitar, walk off the stage, and not come back. I can't imagine doing that. But he's his own person, and he's not afraid to tell people what he thinks, and he lives the way he wants to live, and that's just who Joao is. And he contributed a lot, gave us bossa nova music, but he does not want to talk about anything with anybody. He'll just come, get on stage, perform, and then quietly walk away. Nothing wrong with that. He's his own guy. I found a little video with him performing in concert, actually. I'm actually going to make my screen with my face on it disappear, and this is going to be the end of our composer for the day. But feel free to watch him. You can kind of tell the way he plays, and he does not interact with eye contact or anything with the crowd. You can see how introverted he is, but he does love his music, and I can tell this is when he was a little bit younger, just by the quality of the video itself, of how old the video is. And he's younger looking too. So feel free to stay and watch. He plays his guitar and he does a little singing, and of course it's not in English, it's all in Portuguese, which I think is really cool to listen to. Enjoy, my friends. I love you. I miss you. I'm praying for you. I I really hope today is a good day for you. Mwah. Learn something from Joao Gilberto. You can make beautiful music. You can still do things in the world, even if you are introverted. Other people don't have to like it. Just make sure you're leaving a good mark and a positive mark on our world. Love you guys. Bye.
Se você disser que eu desafino amor, saiba que isto em mim provoca imensa dor. Só privilegiados têm ouvido igual ao seu. Eu possuo apenas o que Deus me deu. Se você insiste em classificar meu comportamento diante musical, eu mesmo mentindo devo argumentar que isto é bossa nova, que isto é muito natural. O que você não sabe nem sequer pressente é que os desafinados também têm coração. Fotografei você na minha Rolleiflex, revelou-se a sua enorme gratidão. Só não poderá falar assim do meu amor. Ele é o maior que você pode encontrar. Você com a sua música esqueceu o principal. E no peito dos desafinados, no fundo do peito bate calado. No peito dos desafinados também bate um coração. Se você disser que eu desafino amor, saiba que isto em mim provoca imensa dor. Só privilegiados têm ouvido igual ao seu. Eu possuo apenas o que Deus me deu. Se você insiste em classificar meu comportamento diante musical, eu mesmo mentindo devo argumentar que isto é bossa nova, que isto é muito natural. O que você não sabe nem sequer pressente é que os desafinados também têm coração. Fotografei você na minha Rolleiflex, revelou-se a sua enorme gratidão. Só não poderá falar assim do meu amor. Ele é o maior que você pode encontrar. Você com a sua música esqueceu o principal. E no peito dos desafinados, no fundo do peito bate calado. No peito dos desafinados tá